Oh, sure. As you can see, when you can stifle their, you know, big mana play, they are not very scary deck. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we present you Esper Control that absolutely dunks on aggro, so they feel hopeless. And it's still very good against all the value decks and against other controls, because we run quite a lot of counterspells and Void Rends that target everything, on top of extremely powerful planeswalkers. So this deck kinda does it all, and with 4 Reveries and Sweepers, they really scoop very fast, which we will see. Also, we've done something for this video that we've never done. You will see all of the games in the order that they were played, one after another. So I think you will enjoy it, and I think you will notice something interesting, but that's after the video. Alright, have fun guys and enjoy. Alright, we are on the play with a pretty versatile draw. Definitely Raffine Tower. With Memory Deluge you don't want to cycle those. You know that you need at least 7 mana. And we have our aggro opponent, just having the best time of his life in Magic. Because this won't give us the normalized mana. I don't have... Oh my god, I always mistake those. I should play this and, you know, ping myself. So, I just wasted 3 life for no reason. But that won't matter because we are on the play. We are the better player and our opponent cannot do anything about it. Talia, sure. Alright. Interesting. We say go. Our opponent cannot really attack into those tokens easily, so we try to make it as hard as possible. And even though we need to pay extra mana, we kinda have this extra mana. Uncounterable, cool. Oh, I think you messed the ordering, my friend. See, they are always greedy. They should just wait, man. Oh, they have Mirrex. No, it's still fine, because they need only 1 white. And I tell you, they just don't do those things right. And let's say go. Our opponent can get the value. And the problem is that his value sucks, so even if he goes for the value, he still loses on the value. And that's why we are in a pretty good spot. We will play Emperor, we are at 20, our opponent didn't make any progress this game. Recruiter, he's so desperate, he actually uses his main win con just to smorg. I think he has double Recruiter, if that's the case. So I can trade here. So this is 1-2. I think this is the highest value trade we can make. It's worth it because we are not dying in 2 turns. That means 1 less attacker is basically like 2 cards. And don't forget, I should be at 15, but I'm not. Because I messed the Painland thing. But yeah, you don't need to super care. You know that you can absolutely win against most of the stuff. Yeah, they will see. That's why they were so wasteful with the first Recruiter. The problem for them is that I don't think we even need to, you know, do the thing. So we will play Sunfall on the next turn. So 5-8 damage. 8 should be fine because we will have a blocker. What's the biggest there? I guess let's go for this. Why not, right? And this 3 life that I missed will matter a lot. So we play this, go for this, and there is a chance he has the 3rd Recruiter, but the problem is for him that then I just block it. You know, and when we untap, we are in a pretty decent spot. Those things are uncountable, so it's not over for him, but it's pretty good for us. It's pretty good for us. I mean, sure, that will be enough, right? Let's definitely go with Mirrex. No need for card. I have all my cards already. And we go for this guy. When you can block, we are not attacking with the token, it's not worth it. Especially that we can Memory Deluge if they feel they don't have a good attack, which should be the case. They might have the 3rd Recruiter. So, and they play stuff and they instantly scoop. Oh, it's so fun. It's funny because he's right. There's no point in playing the game if I swept and I have Reveries. Even after missing 3 life it didn't matter because we are on the play. Alright, so very low value hand right now, but we are on the play. We have a Painland, so this should be pretty decent. We open with this one because this will be the turn to play. If that's aggro or if that's... yeah, easy. Alright. I mean, my friend. I hope you enjoy us being prepared, drawing a card, life gaining and having to block cards. Thank you for participating with your scamp. Oh, it won't be close. Oh, it won't be close. Unless it's close, then it's close. Right, Goosey? Sure, you can go with it. Oh, he doesn't even want to attack. Yeah, the game is pretty much over right now. I'm not playing Revelry. It will be hard to draw cards, but we have low value. So if we never draw a value card, like Memory Deluge, then Revelry might still be useful when he's in full top deck mode and leaves one card. Oh, this would be such a shame if something killed your cute creature. Ah? You want to hexproof it? If they do, they don't get damage. Sure, 2 cards. You did it. You have a 2-2. Congratulations. Oh, it's so fun when they try. Go for it, bro. I believe in you. I believe in your 1 mana point. I'm sure it can deal 23 damage. Oh wait, it does nothing. And this was a pretty bad play. They saved it, but what did they accomplish? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we love it. I cannot go below those cards, so we just pass the turn. We keep defenders because this makes his attacks harder, especially when we have counterspells. Like, they basically need to ensure 2 instants, which means they cannot really play anything main phase. As you can see, they just keep scooping. Man, those Revelries destroy them so hard. Alright, let's see this one. We are on the draw, but you know what? In this kind of situation, I actually don't mind it. This might be okay for us. However, matchup against control is bad. We have, though, like, those 2 cards aren't very good. This is also pretty bad. It's good for Celestus, but not everyone plays it. We need to draw lands and play Mirrexes. We also don't have the right mana. Alright, this is interesting. We need to prepare for a counterspell on the end step. I need to make a stop. So we will play Mirrex later. This ensures double blue mana on our turn. So if he plays at the end step, oh man, I would love him to use the Field of Ruin. Bad mana, very bad mana. You know what? If I want to play Sorin, I have to play the Sanctum. Alright, he will probably play something at the end step, right? If he goes for Field of Ruin, I love it, man. Absolutely love it. Yes, please do. Thank you. Man, I love you. You fixed everything. Moment. This should be black mana. I won't be able to play Sorin, but now I have a counterspell, and that's freaking huge. And this is why we don't play Otawara and Takenuma. When you are in the deck list, you probably wondered, what's going on? Now you see. That's why we do it. That's why we do it. And now our opponent is starting to miss mana. Because our opponent... So he didn't have plays. That means we need to punish it. And I'm giving up the Sorin plan a bit. It will be very, very late. But now I have counterspells. If he makes the same turn as before, he loses the game, kinda. And I think he will, because the chance to draw random land isn't super huge. Like randomly. It's what, around 40% basically. Go my Mirrex. We are winning hard on just lands right now. Yep. And we don't need mana for this. Well, I should just go with Mirrex. They will probably, like, first mites die generally, but most likely on the end step. And we just keep the counter spell. Because we have those lands, we have insane advantage. We don't have Memory Deluge yet to show it. That's the last land, so they just drew it. Ah, you want to play something, huh? So, this is the Emperor turn. If we tap, they will play the Emperor, right? They will make a token. That's fine. I can kill the Samurai and kill the Emperor. Please do. Please do the thing. If he goes for -2, it's the same. It's better for him, but it's still the same. And I can use, March to get insane advantage. Which, normally it's a bad card, but here we can just get an insane trade. Oh, did he analyze that he's in this kind of spot? I won't be playing Sorin this turn. But I also won't be... Okay, let's attack. Well, no, let's play the land first. We might get taxed on mana. Like, Dissipate and Normalize, right? I don't imagine scenario when we will go for a counterspell on a removal, but still. So, because we didn't get mana screwed and our opponent did, he's kinda losing already. Yep, he missed another land drop. Right, guys, I predicted. I think this will be a loss. We won too many games in a row, and now we are getting numbered mythic. I'm on the draw, and I will get mana screwed probably. I will take it, and let's see if that was correct. But sometimes you just feel that, yeah, the game is probably lost. And I have this feeling right now. We played this because they want to Glyphful Demolition. If that's the case, they might have Glyphful Demolition instantly. Alright, sure. More clues. He still has something. I tell you, man. See? They're on the play with perfect curve, with perfect situation, and I just have a single point of mana. Fortunately, even my single point of mana is good enough to beat them. But I told you, man, when I saw this draw, it was like, yeah, I think I know what's up. I think I know what's up. Alright, we keep the March, because they might have another one. If they have the God draw, why not double God draw, right? They might even have Knight of Chaos, which clogs their hand right now a little bit. They can go for converted mana cost too, which they should, honestly. Easy. I tell you, man, I knew it. I knew it. It's just... this is the most perfect opening you can ever have. I guess we won a little bit too much. It's just a joke, I don't know, alright? But I had this, when I saw this numbered mythic, and I saw my hand, and on the draw, I was like, yeah, I think I know what's up. So, I need to play the land, that's for sure. If I go lockdown, then he repopulates the board, and that's really, really, really bad. I think not drawing card is horrifying, but it is what it is. I need to force him into playing more stuff into the board so I can get rid of at least those. You know, my favorite creature, 0 mana for 4 doing 2 cards, but only for aggro. You need to be an aggro player to get this kind of value. A mere control player needs to pay mana and he doesn't draw cards even. Sure. That's an interesting decision, but probably the right one. He doesn't have good attacks anyway. Let's see if we can, you know, cheat the destiny with the shuffler and still win this game, but definitely doesn't seem like it. For them, I think we take it. There will be a recruiter turn, and recruiter turn will be very, very devastating. And we are getting mana screwed on top of everything else. So on the draw, against perfect opening, against high-ranked opponent, not really high, but, you know, mid-ranked. And also, we might get mana screwed. Perfect. I tell you, man, I knew this will happen. So what are we going to do this game? Probably lose. Probably lose. Oh, they should not go with Resort Reinforcements, probably. I mean, they might. We could kill the Warden. But I actually want him to tap because we have a winning cards. We just need to draw lands to, you know, play them, which is weird. On the draw, we shouldn't even be alive, and here we are with kinda everything. Okay, that's actually really good for me. And the question is, so I can pay 2 mana. This is 5. So 4 or 6, I would need to exile all sweepers, which isn't perfect. So we will play this, pretending that we don't have the card that we have. They cannot really answer it. He can still sacrifice the clues, they don't need the tap. And now we have a pretty decent trade. So we will try to play the mana screwed on the draw against perfect opening Boros game again. Still mana screwed. Still mana screwed. Alright. Sure. Why not? Why not? Alright, so our plan is to use Void Rend, and man, if we can win this, it will be hilarious. Right now everything is so stacked against us that it's not even funny. So I Void Rend this, they need to play into the board. What they should do, if they knew my hand, sure. They have triple Cavern of Souls, by the way, on every creature type. Why wouldn't you? Right, they also have everything uncounterable if the previous draw wasn't good enough. And that's a recruiter, right? 3 mana with human, uncounterable, white board. They're going for the kill, I think. Oh, I guess just get more value then. Sure. Yep, like the aggro that never stops having fuel. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And here I am, trying to hit my 4th land in 1/4 of the deck. Sure. We still kill it. They will probably play it. It's on Vampire, so if I didn't play this, they possibly wouldn't play the Warden. But I think at this point, I'm kind of... This is where we are, guys. This is where we are right now. Should I scoop? I think Shuffler is slowly convincing me that I need to scoop this one. Alright, so what do we go for? What do we go for? So he will play this on the next turn, probably with Warden. I think we have to go for the Revelry still. There is a chance that we might draw a land during this game. It's incredibly impossible, but it is theoretically possible to draw a land. You know, the 4th land in your 26-lander deck. So, because he has already 5-drop and the 3-drop, we kinda are forced into going for Sunfall instead of, you know, the Lockdown. Lockdown is, you know, for turn 3, generally. And they also, like, we also prevented the best case scenario for them because we had 1 mana answer on the draw, which is already insane. So this game is, like, already better than it should be. Oh man, that's hilarious. If we draw another land, we can ensure the next land. The problem is, alright, so they're going for like 2-turn play. Nope. This token is very dead. Very, very, very dead. Pew pew. Alright, so what do we go for? I mean, we could just double trade. This will force more creatures. I mean, they probably want to play those because they get instantly a scry as well. Right, they're wasting 2/1s basically because they will get buffed from this, so that's why they're thinking. I still think it's kinda worth it. Over 2 turns it should be good enough. However, if we play Lockdown, man. If we play... You know what? Let's prevent this form, because we might be forced to play Lockdown. Like, man, I'm at 3 lands at this point of the game. My aggro opponent doubles me in mana while being on the play, while having more cards than me, basically. He actually has more cards this game than me. Like, he drew 5 more cards than I did as a control deck. Yep. Shuffler is definitely very clear about me leaving the game. So, we play this because we don't have other choices. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it. Well, you know, jokes aside, it's like insanely powerful opening on the boards with every possible upside this deck has. Infinite cards on the play with, you know, instant combo. And Knight of Chaos on turn 2 or 3, on turn 3, I believe, even after we answered perfectly. So, you know, it's the kinds of situations you don't really want to be in ever. Like, this should be an auto loss instantly. The fact we are in the game, even after getting mana screwed for so many turns, is a true miracle. But I think we'll die in 2 turns, right? I will count the damage. He cannot use Mirrex at least, so it's 2 damage less. He will put the counter. He is looking for Recruiter right now. Not sure if he found it. A tap land. Here we go with the tap land. Alright, on the turn when we needed memory. It's still... Is it over? 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 3, 12. Well, that... Who would think? I guess we lost. Alright, let's play a serious game now. Alright, we are going first. Let's see what the Shuffler has in stock for us today. And yeah, we will have potentially normalize, but not on turn 2. Not on turn 2. And we are against Golgari. Alright, this should be interesting matchup. I think we put a stop. And even though, if we play a tap land, It shows our opponent that there's no removal. I mean, sure. This will be interesting. I honestly think he should take no more lies. But then we lock down, so it's not super perfect, but it gives him room to play another creature, basically. I think the lockdown is, you know, it seems like a good choice, but it's not a good choice, because now, unless he has caverns, what he's supposed to do right now? He knows it will get countered. Yep. Yeah, I really think he should go for normalize. That would give him the extra tempo he needs. And right now he cannot stop the Memory Deluge. Oh right, he don't. Of course, man, silly me, silly me. I thought I have mana to play my spells, and I'm like crazy or something. We still will win, but it's kind of funny. Sentinel. Sentinel is a really insane powerhouse in like providing extra damage. It basically gives +1 potentially. Yep, he hit it, so good for him. He wanted this kind. This is a perfect scry for him. Not only he doesn't want this card, so he just got a free card basically. He also got the buff. However, we can go for Ashiok right now. This will get to 6. They can play land and go for the cottage. That means we have to go with Memory Deluge and probably sweep board with some, you know, some tools. I wonder if they go for the cottage. They see half of our hand, but only half. That's a lot of damage. Sentinel is really good to just, you know, go for this mid-game huge push. And every mana counts and it gives them more fuel. Alright, sure. Like they know what we will play. Like they know what we will play. And they're going all in. They know that if we play this card, they lose. And we get March for the cottage, because that might be their follow-up play. Alright, good. Let's go for the blue mana. And you know the drill. You know the drill. Oh, slow, but Sunfall is everywhere. I mean, now you know why. I will risk that it's not a Boros aggro. And am I crazy for this? Alright, I guess I'm crazy. I just like my cards, man. Because normally they wouldn't miss so many turns. That was my thinking. Man, this is really a Boros control, it seems. Unless it's Verso Resolve Reinforcement start. Because they usually catch me, I think, oh, it's... Oh, okay, that explains it. That explains it. Alright, so what do we go for? They have counterspells right now. If they have counterspells, we go with the Mirrex. Emperor. Yeah, I mean, he's right. If he doesn't have an answer to Mirrex, he lost. Alright, so this draw is interesting. We definitely go with the Sanctum into Wastes, because that unlocks the full Sunset Revelry. Alright, and I think we know what we are against then. So Farewell should be important. This can be tricky. We don't have Memory Deluge, and they usually have some insane value. Do I want to Dissipate on the next turn? That's actually a huge decision. Their 2-drops is like Analyst, and we can use March. I don't think they have too many 2-drops that we care about. But it will be a 3-drop. I might not draw this card later. I'm going risky. This is one of the reasons you can play more Painlands with this kind of deck. Because usually, very often you just actually live gain with this. With all the reveries. Analyst? Oh, they are going for it. That's very risky. That is very risky. Alright, we need to answer. Oh, they don't have 4 mana on the next turn, so we can just play this. Alright, this will be interesting. They're really aggressive with their Analyst. And they discard. Oh, they milled the Reclamation. Alright, no Nissa or anything, but she's 3 mana, so I guess that makes kind of sense, you know. We still don't have Memory Deluge, but we have a lot of good pieces here. Not even attacking, that's interesting. We have to kill this. Weird play, but that's what we have to do. Lockdown is not good for this matchup, so you know, it's not a huge waste anyway. Let's go for this one. And now we have a counterspell and the Void Rend, so we're starting to answer our opponent's plays. He wants Reclamation, so the first stage of the deck is just getting all the extra lands, right? He needs either 6 mana for it or 2 turns. So far I don't see blue at all, but he plays blue cards, so he just never took it. So he wants those extra 2 lands. I mean, we still go like this, man. I really think it's worth it. The more we slow him down, the better. And when he doesn't have 6 mana, he cannot go for Analyst on turn 1. And I hope Ashiok can carry us a little bit. No priority. Alright, let's go. So right now our guard is down and our opponent can do whatever he wants. Let's go. This has higher cost and is less reactive. Which is, you know, it's useful sometimes. Tapland. Tapland is huge. It means they cannot go Analyst. They can go Reclamation. And this is the most powerful draw of the game. This and Ashiok basically close the game. Farewell is also insanely important here. Alright, so what do we go for? I could start getting Anchorage, or I can just exile everything. But it will be more fun later, right? I can just exile Sunfall. I don't think he has any reactive plays. So that's why we're going with the map tokens. It's not the biggest deal, but it will be bigger over time. And, you know, in the end we need to close the game somehow anyway. This Negate, man. They have Memory Deluge, so... Oh, never mind. Man, why doesn't he have... Yep. Oh. Sure. That means he needs 2 cards to play the thing. As you can see, when you can stifle their, you know, big mana play, they are not very scary deck. They are not very scary deck. I know, guys. I know you are excited. We will see. Only 14. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's keep drawing counterspells. Oh my god, what a choice. Are you... Man, what a choice. I'm a bad person. I actually exiled Memory Deluge, man. I'm a monster. But this is a few cards we have in the deck. We like drawing is good, but it means that we can just draw naturally with Ashiok. If I exile my counterspells, I literally don't have them for the game, and that was a key card. As you can see, when you can get rid of all the, you know, mana-based things, they don't do much. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, jokes aside, we are just having fun here on the arena with our favorite control decks, and I decided that Esper has been not very showcased on the channel as much as maybe it deserves, especially with Void Rend, and Ashiok I think is a really good payout. We still wanted to play Teferi, but you know, we could go double Ashiok if you don't have Teferi, that's fine. And generally the deck performed absolutely. We ranked up with this one, no, you know, not surprisingly, because we have 4 Reveries, Lockdown and March, so this package is already your anti-mythic. And yeah, with the rest of the threats we have kinda good situation against anything, so that's the cool part about the deck. If you get matched with non-aggro after basically being sideboarded against the aggro, you still are having a good matchup. Your opponent will probably play a similar amount of sweepers and, you know, removal as you, so you aren't at big disadvantage, but you still have, what, 7 counterspells? That's crazy in current meta. Triple Mirrex, you have seen that they scooped this card on turn 4, and for a good reason, because it wins if they cannot answer it. And with planeswalkers like Sorin, Ashiok and Teferi, you have insane value. So even though you play 1 Memory Deluge less, you have just so much value, and every single one of those planeswalkers can still defend you against aggro decks. This one has lifelink, Emperor obviously, and this one creates 2 tokens, and this win con that can also attack. The Teferi token is pretty huge just because it can kill your opponent very quickly. They have like 1 turn to kill it, and later it just grows too big for them, and then you put them on timer, which means they cannot top deck those burn spells forever. They just need to draw it in like 2 turns or something, and very often it's not enough because you have counter spells and life gain and reverse and Sorin. So the deck kinda does everything, and I mean, I'm curious about your comments, guys. You know, we're mostly joking about the shuffler here, but that was interesting day on the arena. So I wonder, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Be sure to like the video as well if you are onto it, and thank you all for just supporting the channel as always. Great to have you daily, and I hope we deliver on this channel, and you know, you are happy with the content. Trying my best. So that's kinda it, and see you guys tomorrow.